time.
A new episode of the Shirtless Chef. Steak. Okay.
Thanksgiving filet mignon. These are called filet mignon. That's what
Okay.
these are.
So, he is taking the steak out of its tray, putting it on a dish, and, then he throws it in the trash.
There's two ways to go about this. I can cook these full thickness, or I can half them, butterfly them.
Yeah.
I don't know if
They're really big, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very thick.
I mean, they don't look so big in the package, but when you
No.
open it up, it's like, oh my god.
I mean, I think in a restaurant they'd probably leave them whole and the inside would be fairly rare. I think maybe we'd be better off to cut them in half and do
And also that would make for
more steaks. Yeah. Okay, let's get that big sharp knife.
Hopefully that's sharp enough. If not, I have a sharpener. It was sharpened
Fire
yesterday.
going? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna cut these in half
Katie,
like this.
we're gonna do some cutting up of some.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the cutting up.
And keep in mind I'm videoing.
Okay, well, I don't know how much of this, I don't know if you want to video every single cut, because that's going to use up a lot of your time.
Okay, I have 7 minutes. I saved up a lot of deleting videos. Okay, so, I'm gonna, cut it here, and I'll be back when he's finished cutting the meat. Okay? Okay, good.
All the finished steaks.
So, if you don't have to cut them, but if you're, like, at a normal dinner table, then you probably should. And, these are very good steaks, by the way. They cost a lot of money. And, so you just have to, they should look something like that. They're not as thick. And
Okay, John, now we are going to season them.
Okay.
We're going to make ourselves a little seasoning.
out of salt and stuff.
Yep, out of salt and stuff. So we're going to use about a tablespoon and a half, or that's like almost 2 tablespoons of kosher salt.
Yeah, kosher salt.
And then this is garlic. Now this is garlic salt. I don't want any more salt.
There's
some pepper.
Pepper.
What are those Yukon Gold potatoes?
Yes.
Pepper.
Pepper, okay.
Are they good? I know you're doing the
Then let's see what else she has up here. Onion powder.
Onion powder.
Little onion powder.
Okay, a tiny bit of onion powder.
We have more cheese if we need it.
As you can see, not adding that much. Not anywhere near as much as the other stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably need some more cheese if we're going to
And
put
then
some on
this
all of them.
is called Herbes de Provence. This is like
French name?
it's a blend of herbs from the Provence region of France. Yeah, so we'll just use a few. That's just got a nice blend of herbs.
Okay.
That's that.
Okay.
That's all we need for that. So we are going to mix this well,
We gotta grate a little more cheese, Katie.
and then we are going to apply to all the steaks, both sides.
All sticks, both sides.
Watch your fingers.
Not a ton, but a pretty generous seasoning. Okay, then we're going to turn these over.
And then season that side too.
Season the other side, because I hate it when they only season one side of the meat.
Why? Because
That's just something that Emeril Lagasse, who's a famous chef, always says that.
who is that?
He's a guy who's a chef on TV. He always says how he hates it when they only season one side of the meat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm doing a great job.
You are.
I know how to grate.
So you turn them over and season the other side.
Wow. Okay, let's turn it around this way now. Move your fingers back. Back like this. There you go. Don't put your fingers close.
Okay, now these are fairly liberally seasoned.
Okay, and this is going to be from the looks of it, this is going to be much longer than the other Shirtless Chef episode.
Okay, so they're seasoned. You can cut it from to them.
Okay. So now you add olive oil, extra virgin olive oil.
See, the cheese is coming.
See,
Don't get too close.
yeah, it doesn't look like he's adding very much.
I'm gonna rub it in after I get it on there.
Yeah. So you put some of that on there, and then you rub it in, like, you know, kind of like you rub shampoo into your hair when
That's
you're taking
exactly
a shower.
right. That's exactly right. Very good analogy. Just rubbing that conditioner into your scalp.
Yeah. Except it's rubbing extra virgin olive oil into your steaks.
Yep. Now I got steak on my fingers, so I gotta wash hands again.
Yeah. A big part of cooking.
And we
So then you turn them over and put extra virgin olive oil on that side too. And then, well,
We
you
did the same thing to both sides of the steak, just like an algebra equation.
and then
Same thing to both sides.
and then you shove it in the fridge.
I never knew what that meant, but
we need to put it
if you do it to one side of the equation, you gotta do it to the other. Okay?
We're supposed to put it in a
But if I'm subtracting x from both sides, I don't know what x is. It doesn't make any sense to me. You were always really good at that stuff, honey. You knew what x was.
Well, eventually. Yeah, you don't know at first, that's why it's X.
Well, that's the thing, though. I just didn't care.
No,
I didn't want
how
to
many
know.
times did you take algebra anyway?
Oh.
It was quite a few.
Oh, I took it in 8th grade. I took it
In high school.
probably my freshman year of high school, and then I probably took Algebra 2,
Cheese?
and then when I went to college, I took it again.
Yeah, it's good.
I
Yeah.
took it and took it and took it. Yes!
Meanwhile, on the Shirtless chef outside. Oh, okay. This is how your grill should. So this is how your grill should be set up. You have to put coals there.
Well, you better stand back.
Okay. Coals in there, and then you put those on there. And a lot of smoke. You get a different angle. So now you should lift up that tray and put the coals down in
Set
here.
this aside for a minute.
And as just said, set it aside
So
for a minute.
we have more coal somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bags, as a matter of fact. Good.
Sorry for my bad cameraman, but there's smoke and ashes flying everywhere.
Yeah, we had a little. We're just getting the coals right, John. The coals are not ready to go yet.
Okay.
We're just getting them. We're getting them ready. This isn't necessarily a great part of it.
So I think I'll just cut it here, and when the boring part is over, you pretty much seen it.
No.
So yeah. So then you should add a couple more coals. They kind of look like stone they kind of look like rocks if you ask me.
Well,
They are rocks.
no, they're wood that has been partially burned, but not all the way. God.
Yeah, I know. I know, right? That smoke is bad. I don't like it.
Well, don't stand in it then. If you stand over here, you'll be out of the smoke.
Yeah, I've had to move
No.
move the camera a couple of times, so to avoid the smoke. So meanwhile inside, not that much going on.
I just put the dressing in this little white pitcher so we can, I'll just put it on the table.
How much time did you buy yourself there, buddy?
Like 6 minutes, but we have a new problem. Look in the corner of the screen.
Ugh, well, that's...
Quarters cup measure?
Yeah,
Oh,
there
that
is.
would be handy.
Well, meanwhile,
Yeah.
we are going to cook
I think
these
that used to be part of a kid's baking kit that I bought for
very
Julie.
soon.
And I'm missing
Not for Julie. I remember those from when I was little.
from when you were little? Okay, well then, it wasn't for Julie, it was before
That's
that.
a 1970s vintage.
I'll also, so
I'm gonna take the temperature here and tell you what we've got.
okay. Right here, big moment. Are they done?
Well, yes.
They're done. So this is what they look like when they're done. And yeah, end the video here. Bye. Subscribe, please. Okay, so the has a shirt chef. That's what I'm gonna call him today. Is flipping the meat.
That's right. Flipping the meat.
Ready to flip. And yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes it makes a big flame. I don't know if you've seen. Yeah, I've seen the camera a little low.
I'm going to leave the lid off because the flame seems to get hotter when I do that. I want it a little hotter than it has been. So we're going to kind of keep these rotated over the hottest part of the flame. Tech news? No, not really. One of the guys,
On the moon.
the guy who I sold a house for over
Come
the summer
on.
was moving up to Seattle to be on the fire phone team. He's an engineer.
Why can't
Yeah, why is it
I
going
don't know if you
to?
see that dot, but
You want one?
apparently
No.
the moon
stand on the
shows up
street corner,
extremely
somebody
weird on
video
video.
It's terrible. That's too bad.
When trying thing.
99
Jeez.
bucks and you can't give them away.
Oh, jeez.
So back to the kitchen here. Are they almost done?
No, it might be done on one side. Yeah, they're not quite ready to turn yet.
Okay.
We're gonna need
So-
them to. These two can probably turn.
Okay. So this one turns. So when they're done,
Look out! Look out! Look out!
you turn them.
Yep.
Obvious. It's like grilling
Yeah.
hamburgers.
Should I put asparagus or mushrooms or both in the oven?
The mushrooms are gonna need like 10 minutes in the. Well, I guess throw them both in the oven.
Okay.
What's the oven on right now?
It's on 350, then I could raise it.
Put it. Push it.
Filming. Meanwhile, the table is set in pretty nicely. It's Thanksgiving, you know. Some butter, some bacon, I think. No, I'm not sure what that is. Sea salt. Wine.
All right, John, I'm coming back.
Okay, so on the Shirtless Chef, time for the good part.
It's a little too cold to be shirtless today.
Yep. So that's why this episode is named the Unshirtless Chef Thanksgiving Special. I know I haven't named it that yet as I'm filming this, but I'm going to. Or something similar.
So we're gonna put these on the fire.
And I think that little vent is for smoke.
Yes, it's for smoke, and I'm gonna go upstairs and get a plate to put the finished meat on.
And by the
I'm
way,
about to be the pantsless chef. I need to put this in the sink.
You need it washed out?
No, just need to set it down.
and by the way, this is not our house. This is our grandparents. This is my grandparents' house.
Mom, do you have a
My grandparents' house.
a platter to put the meat on when it's done?
Yeah.
Johnny, if that lid comes off, it's gonna make a mess.
Oh,
No, it doesn't.
they're pretty. Platter for the meat, let's see.
It's not bubbling.
Ivan, over here and help.
Get it. Okay, John, why don't
I am.
Okay, now this.
Okay.
This is looking pretty good.
Okay.
This is a good fire. We're gonna spread these coals out like this now.
Oh my gosh, that is a lot of sparks.
Yep.
I don't know if it's easy to see on the video screen, but I hope you can see that there is a lot of sparks when he pushes it around. Just if you're trying out this recipe, then be careful.
Okay, now that's
There's
still
a lot
just a
of
little too hot to cook on. But we're gonna start cooking on it real soon.
Okay.
Okay.